Just waiting on. Hey everyone, welcome to New Super Luigi U. All castles. We may as well get the run started. And I'll explain during the opening cutscene. So, if we're ready then, oh wait, actually I gotta get the... Okay! In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is New Super Luigi U, pretty much New Super Mario Bros. U for the Wii U, except there's no Mario, just his hat. One interesting thing about this game and its brother is the fact that Bowser throws the Mario Bros out of the castle instead of takes Peach away from the castle. I don't know, that's a pretty cool game bonus. You can see there are already people saying first and second in chat, that's always a good thing. So the main power-up we're going to use in this run is the acorn, which you can see here. The acorn gives us, so pretty much to explain, Luigi's height, like jump, at its highest, is the same height as Mario's triple jump. But when he's got the acorn and he does a spin jump, he goes to the height of his triple jump. So we're going to abuse this mechanic, as well as the fact that the acorn allows you to glide, as well as fly when you press the ZR button. However, flying isn't the best thing in the world because you lose all your momentum. Hello Shape, and thank you. Good luck Yonder, and if you haven't realized already. So Bro Mario PB'd his run. I'm gonna go in. So I'm gonna be trying to get the acorn in this first level without dying. If anything, I'll finish the level with an acorn, 79 on the clock, and exactly 9 coins. Let's go. And I'm gonna make sure not to do the secret exit. That was pretty easy. Made it. One thing I like doing in the middle of my runs is predicting how many coins I'm going to end the level off with, because I never know. Oh. So this next level is actually pretty difficult, so I'm going to have to focus a little bit. It looks really easy, but it's really easy to stuff up. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, thank God, we actually undershot that, but you get to see the fly. And I'm going to show off a little glitch I found in this game that's really cool. It's called the flagpole glitch. It saves exactly 11 frames. However, it isn't enough frames to save the frame rule, so we aren't going to make it. And now's about a good time actually to explain Nabbit off. So Nabbit, when you hold the ZL button and you enter a level, you get to play as Nabbit. And Nabbit's invincible to everything. Except for pits and a few enemies. We're going to abuse him in this level because there's these burns that are just really annoying to get past with Big Luigi. So I'm going to hope to do optimal. If not, that's okay. Oh, it was... Oh. Almost had that perfect. I jumped a little too early on that last heal. Now introducing the boss, we have Boom Boom. Boom Boom's pretty easy. I mean, there's not much else to say here. Going by the general rule of thumb with every level, jump on his head 3 times, he's dead. If anyone is wondering, the world record for this game is actually 103.57 by MChan. I'm gonna now do a really hard skip called Miiverse skip. It means we don't have to do Miiverse, which is already dead, and we got it.
Let's go.
This level is pretty easy. It gets to show off a little exploit we use in this game. I'll go into more depth in the second to last level of World 2 because it shows it off best. But in general, spinning off of slopes makes you keep your momentum. So if you have a fast moving slope, you're gonna keep your momentum. Oh, my game volume a bit? Yeah, just a second. There we go. Oh, good. Now we're coming on to our first castle. There are about 7 castles, and each castle is infested with a Koopaling. And the Koopalings all have their own little things in common. But the one thing that you need to know is they take 3 hits to kill, and they're all easy. So this level, pretty self-explanatory, just fly over it. That's pretty much the power the acorn gives you. And there's not really much else to do here. Talk about in this level. It's pretty self-explanatory. I actually don't know the names of all the Koopaling children, so I'm gonna botch a lot of these. I believe this one is Lemmy, if I'm not mistaken. And Lemmy has bouncy balls. And his bouncy balls can be annoying if you don't know how to deal with them. I'm going to do a slightly slower strat where I go over the top of this bouncy ball. You can actually do a strat where you go under it and you hit him faster. And then this level here is pretty simple. Lemmy's the only Koopaling that will jump into you, but it is actually faster just to ground pound down into him as early as possible. And that's a 146 on the clock. That's really good. It's a very optimal World 1. World 1 is probably one of the harder worlds in this run, too. Especially the very first 3 levels. Well, yeah, I know their names, I just don't know who they are. I know who Wendy is. Wendy's and Ludwig. Roy and Morton I always get mixed up. Lemmy and Larry I always get mixed up as well. Actually, I think it's good to mention, there's another slight optimization I do in this game. So most people would ask me what controller I play on, and I always say I play on the gamepad, because when you play on the gamepad, you're able to tap the screen and hit cancel, which is a lot faster than moving to the selection box onto cancel and pressing A. Thank you, Hexaforce. Of course you don't know me. I think this level is very close to home for me because you can actually fit in that gap. I was a bit too high on my jump, so I had to deal with another thing. Also, the fastest possible time you can get in that level is an 81.
You made it. Oh.
Oh, Nabbit just jumped out of the Toad house. I think it's quite ironic. Toad here tells you to go, that Nabbit has stolen some of his stuff. So he tells you to go capture him and take back his stuff. But I find it ironic that after he says this, we just enter the next level with Nabbit. Just telling us how to travel between worlds, which we won't be doing. So I'm going to take the time in this level to talk about World 2. World 2 has a essence of RNG into it, which can gain or lose time for me. And it explains overworld enemies. So overworld enemies are a wonderful idea Nintendo came up with, in which they can in which you can get more power-ups, except they kind of screwed it up when it came to World 2. You have all these pretty much stone block boys, I call them, and you have an acorn, a Goomba, and a Fire Bro who run around on them. We want to hope to not get any of them except the acorn. And it looks like we're going to get a really bad pattern too. That's not a good thing. If you are to hit one, the best one to hit is the Fire Bro because he is much faster. This level is gimmicky in the fact that you have to wind up the level to progress into it. A general rule of thumb when it comes to Luigi versus Nabbit is anytime you have to do vertical movement, you pretty much choose Nabbit. Missed it. If you hold up there, when you land on the platform, you can actually get into the door on the first frame, and it saves a lot more time. Again, another Boom Boom fight. The Boom Boom fights get quote-unquote progressively harder as you progress in the game, but I think it just makes it worse. I think I struggle the most with the first Boom Boom fight, and the next lot are really easy.
Yeah, I'm a winner.
And now comes the RNG. But before the RNG, we get a little cutscene because this game doesn't have enough of them. Introducing every world, there's a cutscene. There's 3 cutscenes to show the progression of Peach's castle. And then there's those 2 other cutscenes that we've already gone through, plus the intro cutscene. We haven't quite gotten to the spicy stuff in the run yet either. So this Fire Bro is going to hit us here, for sure. What we want is that acorn, so we have a spare one just in case. This will always be a propeller hat. The first one you get is always a propeller hat, the second one you get is always a mini mushroom. If you don't think, it's faster actually not to try and avoid him if you don't think you're gonna get him. Also, I want this acorn, so I'm gonna take it. I had the choice to not take the acorn, but I'd rather take the acorn than not take it. So in this level we actually beat it twice so we can get this secret exit. And we do this because taking this secret exit is faster than playing one of the airships, mainly because the airship is an auto-scroller. And also because the final boss fight in that airship is really RNG based, and skipping it is better than doing it, in my books. slow. That was also slow. You can actually, like that, you can jump over the stone boys. So here's the secret exit. Do you want me to get fireworks? I mean, there are many places where I'd really love to get fireworks, just so I can have a spare acorn. Another general rule of thumb, we use Nabbit in levels where it's faster, where the fastest time is double digits, because double digits gives you fireworks. I think I should have explained that earlier, but yeah, Nabbit can't get fireworks. I know we can't get fireworks in the next level, but I know a level where I can get fireworks. I probably will get fireworks. Getting fireworks loses about 14 seconds overall, but I mean, as an Australian, it's fireworks that don't happen much here. So I gotta get more of them, I guess. This is the level where I was talking about the abuse of the spin jump. The spin jump here gains so much speed, as you can see. And this level is a lot faster because of this spin jump abuse. And my favorite part of the level is coming up right now. You watch. That was slow. There's actually a spare acorn in this level as well, if you need it. Because we're pro gamers, we don't need the acorn.
Made it. Oh.
Coming into either Morton or Roy's castle. This one's not difficult in any means whatsoever. This one's another one where you just fly over it, so you just need to learn the patterns of all the blocks and stuff, and pretty much good. That was a little slow on that. If you drop earlier, you can actually, well, if you're a little lower, you can land on that block earlier, and you get a speed boost from running on it. Thank you, Kyrat. Bro Mario PB'd his run. I can actually PB my run. So here we want to make sure we don't go too early on our ground pound. I played that a little safe. I could have gone a little earlier. You kind of want, you can get him just as he hits out the Spiney's body. That was a very early ground pound. I thought I was dead. That was a pretty good world too, honestly. I mean, not sub at 17, but sub 17 is like really hard, and you need to get good RNG for that too. Morton, thank you, Shape. Thank you. These boss fights are really easy. It's just learning how to do them. Learning where they'll pop out, and then jumping on their head. Coming here, we have a split in the road. We take the Frosted Glacier route because when you backtrack, one, it's a lot easier to backtrack, and two, we backtrack and grab the Baby Yoshi, which comes in handy because Baby Yoshi allows you to swim faster, which is good because the third world is actually the water world. But from this point on, between World 4 and 3, there's about barely any Luigi levels. And we lost Acorn, that's fine. We can regain Acorn, but we don't actually need Acorn again until a bit away, so I'm not too worried. The game, once you learn the mechanics of the game, it's not that difficult. It's actually not that difficult of a game to run once you learn the mechanics. So this is actually an example of a level where it's faster with Nabbit because, actually we're not going to do it. It's faster with Nabbit in this level because the fastest possible time in this level is a 77. The platforming is actually a lot more easier with Luigi, in my opinion. But just because Navi gets 77 on the clock, well, can't get fireworks. He's faster by a whole second. Although we lose that second because of that bonk. This is actually the second of 3 cases where we actually do vertical levels with Nabbit, and this is because of these icicles that come down. That was slow. You want to actually get on the inside lane there, so you can get this wall kick a lot faster. These icicles actually hurt Nabbit as well. Those wall kicks were good. There's nothing wrong with liking Ice Worlds. I like Ice World too. This is a good world. Which is funny because when I did my first playthrough of New Super Mario Bros. U, I did the water world instead of the ice world and regretted it heaps. Never do the water world, always do. If you get a choice, always take the ice world. They'll always give you a choice of ice world or water world. Why wouldn't they? Some games they combine 2 worlds actually. I know for a fact that New Super Mario Bros. 2 has what is it? New Super Mario Bros. 2 has the water world and the jungle world pretty much linked. This is pretty much our final cutscene apart from like world introductions. As far as I know. Pretty much. Simple level, ice physics and all. Trying to run on these platforms when they're moving to the right for as long as possible saves a lot more time. And this is a level where I'm going to get fireworks, boys. But I need to pop an acorn before that. So I'm going to grab this acorn here. Let's get fireworks, boys. For Caleb. Or not. Because I'm actually bad at this game, apparently.
You made it.
I feel really bad now. Aww.
Ah.
I felt really bad for that too. This level's weird. That was close. That was a good save by me. Yeah. This World 5 could have been a lot better. Coming into the tower castle here, that we do this level with Nabbit because thwomps. And these Cooligans are actually one of the most annoying things in the world, and I've lost multiple runs to actually trying to go fast in between them. Trust me, they're not the coolest thing in the world. We got 69 on the clock. Yes, we did. Of course, you call it out. My phone's going off. That's just Discord. So one cool thing about this game, actually, compared to all the other New Super Mario Bros. Games, is, I didn't mention this before, but every level is 100 seconds long, and as well as every level is much shorter. However, Nintendo's are actually really nice, and they don't actually want you to lose time. So their seconds are actually full seconds, not 1/3 seconds. Also, this boss fight is really cool the way I do it. I didn't think anyone else in the world does this, but me. I call it the wall kick Wendy. Okay, I was gonna say I call it the wall kick Wendy strat, but if you wall kick off the wall there and hit Wendy, it's actually slightly faster than just jumping on her because she does her animation faster. I can see here. That was an alright World 5, in my opinion. I mean, we lost Acorn twice, but this isn't meant for PB, this is meant for Marathon. There's plenty more places where we can get fireworks. I know another one we can get fireworks in. That was really good. So this is where we grab the Baby Yoshi. Baby Yoshi comes in handy for World 3 too. Because when you're holding a Baby Yoshi underwater and you press the ZR button, you do a spin swim, which is a lot faster than swimming normally. So if I can just control him correctly, I can pretty much do that level pretty fast. However, we have to do this level first, and one thing I don't like is you can't enter levels straight away with the Baby Yoshi. You have to kind of wait until the Baby Yoshi has stopped as well. I mean, some people like. Pretty easy. A lot of these levels in World 3, apart from 2, are just hold right and jump a bunch. So here's the level in which we use Baby Yoshi. We also get rid of him at the end of the level, unfortunately, for everyone that likes Baby Yoshi. This is the only time he gets to shine, in any run actually. So I'm gonna hope to do this correctly. .78 in the clock is really good. So the water world is actually World 3, according to the world map and the cannons. But we do them out of order, just because it's faster to grab this Baby Yoshi in World 4 and do this level. That was a very strong 3-2. And now the rest of the world is done with Nabbit. This level actually has a weird mechanic where these platforms that rise make it really hard to do the platforming straight away, and that jump you can get without hitting any walls, and it's beautiful when you do it. But when you don't do it, you go slow, and speedrunners don't like going slow. Or as much as I know, going slow is not a good thing. Dude, Blue Yoshi carries us through that level, if you know how to use him. A sub 30 3 tower is actually pretty good in my opinion. I mean, we're on pace for a good run. So now finally we actually get to sit here and spam the cancel button instead of going through a little cutscene that says help me from Peach. This level is deceivingly difficult. These platforms that are moving are really hard to get a run on them. Especially that last little platform. These platforms aren't too difficult. You never think you're gonna make the jump either. And I'm really glad that I did that. 83 in the pipe there is actually optimal. Even though it seems like it wasn't fast because we weren't going at full speed the whole time. It's pretty much impossible not to go at full speed there. You're gonna get stopped at one point for a slight second. Coming up we have a split. We take the top route. It's actually not faster to do the bottom or top. Either or works. I take the top one just because I'm more consistent at it. That was close. I almost forgot that you had to wait a few, like a split second there. I mean, thank you for the grats as well. Yeah, in my PB runs, I never do that optimally. I always lose time by falling off the platform or some other reason. This next level, I do weirdly compared to everyone else. You see a lot of runners actually did this level. This is the only vertical water level I should add. And because I'm left-handed and spam better with my left hand, once I get into the water segment, I literally switch hands for the controllers. And I use my right hand to control movement, and my left hand to control A. Which is why if you ever see me on a stage or with hand cam, you'll always see me do weird stuff in this level. That was pretty good. This has been probably one of my best World 3s, and this will probably be a golden split if I was timing it myself, which is quite funny, in fact. Unless I do some weird thing in this level here, which I doubt I'll do. This level's not that difficult. I say that, but I'm probably going to miss this triple jump. Oh, that was close. We're a few frames from not hitting that. I'm sorry for being left-handed. Don't you think I'm trying to find ways around it? I can't spam with my right hand at all, so I just go with my left hand. And it works. I mean, I saved literally 2 seconds from switching hands in that level alone. So it's a good thing. Now coming up to, I assume this is Larry. Shape, if you want to tell me if this is Larry or not, it's probably Larry. I think it's Larry. That was a nice little double jump. That actually saved a few frames. I never get that double jump. This fight, you have the water geysers, spouts, whatever you want to call them, popping up, and we actually use them to our advantage here. By standing in this spot here with Nabbit, or Luigi, it does not matter, the Koopaling will always swim into you when you can hit him. And then standing on this side, he'll always go to the left side after this. Now this isn't Iggy. Iggy's in World 5. Thank you guys. So yeah, it is Larry. And this is actually the second time we backtracked through a world. This is so we can actually use that secret exit we took in
Ho-ho!
World 2. Oh, it's Wendy. I see. I didn't know Wendy got a gender change. And this is why it's actually faster to go up the top, because because on the backtrack it may not look like it saves time on the forward track, but on the backtrack it saves time. And this is where we use the secret level, like I said. I'm gonna pop another acorn because this is a Luigi level. And I know of one level actually in World 5 where we can get fireworks. Actually 2. Guys, watch out. I'm gonna fight Bowser in the next world. That was alright. I lost time for forgetting how to play Luigi. I'm stuttering, and I don't like stuttering right now.
Made it. Ha!
Only as Luigi and Nabbit. Each character... Nabbit actually, has a slightly higher jump than Luigi. If, not many people are, not many people know about that, but Nabbit actually has a slightly higher jump than Luigi. But all in all, everyone's got a very similar way of playing. Just Nabbit can't get power-ups and he's invincible to everything. Which is really handy to for this next level. Also, really, Bumble-chan, really? I didn't know anyone would get hard from Luigi U. If we were doing an 80% run, we'd already have finished this level. We'd already be done, actually. But this isn't 80%, this is all castles. I'm going to show you the whole game, not just a bit of it. So, with Nabbit in this level, Nabbit spinning off vines is a whole lot faster than him jumping off vines. So every chance we get to spin off a vine, we'll always take it. And if done correctly, you should get a 78, and the 79 is possible if you spin off every vine. Coming up is another secret exit we take. This pretty much skips 5 Tower and the whole of the Ghost Forest. And we're also going to try and get fireworks in this level because who doesn't love fireworks? Also, I need another acorn just in case I die. Oh jeez. Also, you can more kick off these switches. Also, apparently I can't play Luigi again. RIP 77, by the way. So Nabbit allows you to run through enemies without taking damage. Shoot. He's not immune to everything though. This is not, yeah. I was about to say this isn't a damageless run. We've like lost Acorn twice. This next level is a very infuriating level if you're a speedrunner, but we can actually get fireworks in this level, which I'm gonna do. Because I need them. We need the fireworks. I'm just gonna play this optimally. That was close. I'm gonna sit here for about 2 seconds, wait for 77 on the clock. And here's your fireworks that everyone has been waiting for, finally. And also I've been waiting for this so I can get an acorn. For Caleb. Always.
Ha!
So here's another example of why spinning off vines is better. I'm actually not going to spin off this vine. You can spin off that vine, you'll land on the platform below and just grab the other vine. You can get an 83 in the clock here. So you get fireworks by getting double digits on the clock. And it's really good in a marathon to get fireworks, especially in New Super Luigi U. Because the most common fireworks is 77. And 77 is an acorn. So it's really good to have that back up. We have Iggy Koopa. Iggy Koopa is my least favorite Koopaling out of all of them. But then he leads into my favorite world in the game, so, you know, you can't blame him. You can't blame Nintendo. You gotta have something good something bad before the good. That's logic, right? Also, this is a really bad pattern. That was a very good Iggy Koopa. Coming into World 6, we actually only play one level with Nabbit in this level. In this world, sorry. But first, there's a cutscene. Everyone enjoy. I love the music to this world too. This is like my favorite world. Because I love all the levels and I love the music. This level also houses acorns as well. I never do that. That's why I do that. For any runner that's struggling, this level, I'm pointing out every level that pretty much has acorns in it. Someday you'll finish a 2D Mario game. Well, I mean, this isn't a Mario game, but I mean, you can still finish it and maybe, you know, actually speedrun it. I mean, that would be appreciated. This world has the gimmick of these switches that allow you to progress further in the world. I don't like the idea. It's really time consuming to get out of your way just to hit a switch to cross a bridge. In my opinion. I don't know about many other people though. This level, I shouldn't start far, but I did. Luckily we got a spare acorn. Oh, you started learning any percent? Yeah. Any percent in this game is, it's a category. I guess I can say that. I mean, it's nothing more, nothing less. But it's kind of just gotten to a point where I'm just really bored of any percent. I mean, I still do runs of it. I mean, I'm 8 seconds off world record. But it's just gotten to that point. Here, I'm gonna pop my spare acorn that we got from our fireworks. Because I'm gonna do a thing called the clip. So in this level, there's these invisible blocks that you can't normally jump through, but the flying ability has a special little thing, and we got it. Though that little gap there that we just went through has has hidden blocks in it, and to get through them, to get through that segment, you have to wait for these paroles to hit out the blocks above you, and you jump through it. But we can just fly through it instead, because the magic of Luigi. And because Luigi has such a high jump, he can just absolutely demolish this boom boom. And this boom boom's particularly easy after you hit him down because of that. He's really easy.
Yes, I'm a winner.
I know of another level we can get fireworks if we want to get more fireworks. I know of a couple more levels actually. Definitely not this next one though. This next one is, I don't like it. We do it with Luigi. I really don't like this level. It's annoying. Alright, we're out of there. Usually, you're not meant to glide, you're meant to do a neutral spin, but instead I did a not neutral spin, so I ended up... Oh, we could have gotten fireworks there too. Oh, I didn't even realize. Oh well.
Made it.
This world is full of secret exits and stuff as well, so it's a really good world to play casually as well, to find all the secret exits. We're going to use a secret exit in this level, 1 to complete it faster, and 2 to pretty much skip the rest of the world. And from this point on, we got one of the harder levels of the run, being 6 Tower 2. 6 Tower 2 is the Sumo Bro Fort, and it's a vertical level in which you have Sumo Bros hitting down at you. The scaling, right at the end we have to do a ground pound into a spin as fast as possible, or else we get hit and we lose Acorn, which is not good because Acorn's really fast for the boss fight. Oh, that was super close. But we did it, boys. We're through. Boys and girls, actually. We're gender fluid here. I have this strange addiction to always hitting him to the left, which is awkward, to say the least. Okay, game. Let's just hit him to the right. I always seem to hit him when I go to the right. This boss fight's actually really easy. You can spam the ZR button as much as possible when you bump into him because he always refreshes your ZR, which is, it's kind of a strange occurrence, but understandable in that sense. Getting the secret exit actually allows us to skip straight to 6 Castle and go into the back exit. The back entrance is actually a lot faster than the front entrance. Oh, we got the perfect block. Getting that really low block in the lava is the best block you can get. There's a slightly taller one that you can get that is also alright. And then there's just a really thin one where you just have to kill all your momentum as fast as possible. Which, with Luigi, is a lot more difficult than you think. So with this Koopa, you'll always jump 6 times, and he'll always be center and then left or right, depending on which way he goes first. Like that. And then this time he'll be right, because I made him go left first. He'll always go the opposite side of the way he goes next. Just kind of don't understand how it works. And that's pretty much World 6 in a nutshell. One of my favorite worlds, obviously. To get a sub 50 World 6 is pretty good. Now coming into World 7, I shouldn't really mess anything up too big, but I might. Considering I practiced a lot of the last 2 worlds here, through any percent, it's a lot less harder for me to like fail anything. Oh, you mean acorn shell? I don't know, dude. I really don't know anything at this moment. It's like 5, it's 5:45 in the morning right now. I got no sleep last night. I could PB by a little bit actually, now that I think about it. This level was actually recently discovered to be slightly faster with Nabbit because he pretty much saves like almost a second over Luigi, but he is so much more difficult to use, and I'll never use him in an all castles run for that reason. Also, we're going to do a quick turnaround there. It pretty much makes that jump really lenient by killing a few frames. By like losing a few frames, we pretty much get through that perfectly. If you don't do that turnaround, it's a 2-frame jump to get off that platform with enough speed to make it over. Next, we have the famous level 7-2, also known as Dash. This level, you just hold right and win. It's not difficult in any way, shape or form. Although, I have actually had to reset off this level before, so I'm not gonna lie about that. As much as this level is easy and everyone says it's easy, I've had a reset on it. And I'm not gonna deny that either. Next is 7 Tower, and 7 Tower is a run killer for any percent. For me, that is. And it can be a run killer for Luigi percent. Of course, Luigi percent is what I say. So let's just hope we don't mess up. Okay, good. We got the first segment down. The next segment's a lot easier than the first segment, that's for sure. Because this is a vertical auto-scroller. These fire bros can be a nuisance getting up there. But once you're up, you just glide over the top of them and then fly. And look, you get platforms to jump on. Now I'm going to explain a strategy I have here. It's called the dry bones buffer. If you stand on this side, the dry bones will land there, and if you get him on top of that line and stand here, when the dry bone starts going and you start running and then you do a small jump, you'll always land in the block and get a 59. And 59 is the most optimal door you can get. Watch us get first cycle Kamek and get a 150. And that'll be like the dream. That's the dream. I mean, 151's the dream, but still. This Kamek block structure he's going to spawn will probably be... Oh, it's this one. Okay. Kamek never does that, but okay. If anything, PB's dead at this point in time. I'm not making that. Yeah, I'm making that. Oh my god. That's never happened before. Okay, looks like this Kamek fight's been really botched. PB's dead, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, PB's dead. We're just gonna end the run off with some fun. I'm gonna try and get as many fireworks as I can. Because who doesn't like fireworks? So I'm gonna explain Kamek a bit now. Kamek pretty much will always do the same thing. Kamek, when you hit him first, he'll either spawn left, right, top, bottom. It's random way he'll spawn on the first 2 hits, and then the last hit, he'll always spawn in the center. And because we decided to ground pound a little too far to the left, we ended up actually completely missing Kamek. This level, we use Nabbit in only because you get 88 on the clock as fast as time. I would have done Luigi in this level. However, I'm super unconfident with Luigi in this level. Inconfident, unconfident. You know what? I like words. This next level, I'm going to go for a strat that saves about a second, if done correctly. Dude, it's not that I don't like fireworks, it's just I just don't want to. I don't get them. When I try to get them, I don't get them. When I don't want to get them, I get them. It's just the latches logic. This level, we're going to do a strat that saves about a second in the second half. So here we just kind of got to follow this block and get underneath it somehow. This second segment, this block, the platform you use to get underneath him, has a little dry shell boy, so we have to stick on the wall. And this is one thing that's really good about the acorn, is it allows you to stick on the wall. Apart from Kamek's Tower, this has been a pretty good World 7 so far. This is another place where Acorn saves time over Nabbit because flying. I was a slayer. You can't get fireworks from boss fights, and there's only one other level I can think of that we can get fireworks in, but we have to stop for a while. Who wants me to get fireworks in Peach 4? This next level also ends on a boss fight, so there's no way we get fireworks, and then the next one we do with Nabbit because it's just super weird with Luigi. And we want to go fast as well as get fireworks, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Fast plus fireworks is good. Fast without fireworks is not good. And fireworks and no fast is not good either. Also, this level has a really big skip in it, which I'm going to attempt to do. If I fail it, it doesn't matter. There is acorns in this level anyway, so I'm not too worried. Anyway, let's hope I don't fail it. And we got it. The way you know you got it is if you can jump off of that block in the center there, you pretty much will always make it no matter what. There's no other inputs after that, you just hold B. And for noob runners, that's really good to know, because when I first started running the game, I thought that was like a really difficult skip, and then I heard like one runner just say like, oh, I got it. And I'm like, wait, is it actually that easy? And then I tried it myself and I actually hit it. I do a buffer there where I wait for the cannonball from the top guy to get underneath the quad, the first set of 4 coins. This Bowser Jr. fight is also pretty easy because flying. A little time save I actually discovered is you load out of the level faster being on the left, which was... Nobody had thought of doing that until I thought of it. So that's like a free 1 second time save just because you flew to one side. And now we get a cutscene because this game just loves throwing them at us. Wait. Thank you, Bummel, and I'll see you next time, man. Maybe one day you'll come and say hello to me.
Ho-ho!
This is actually, no, this is not the last time. I was going to say this is the last time you get to choose whether you want to save or not, but there is actually one more, and that's just before the final boss fight. But that's cool. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save before that, because if I die in the Bowser Jr. part, it just throws off the cycle, so I may as well just save and quit, and then go back in. So I'm definitely going to save before the boss fight. PB's lost, there's no chance of me getting PB at this point.
Luigi!
So here we go, Magma Mode. This level is RNG based, to get the most optimal cycle of meteors, because you need these meteors to get the secret exit in this level. And if you don't get the optimal meteors, then you don't get the optimal time. And we got optimal meteors. You want them to hit there, because you can actually jump into it and go in that direction anyway, so it's really good. Alright, the next level is where we're gonna get fireworks, boys. Because who doesn't like a little bit of fireworks? Let's be honest. And I'm gonna focus on this level because it's really easy to stuff up as well. Does not matter. We are waiting for fireworks. Nobody is stopping me from getting fireworks. Not even a fireball. I'm gonna sit here and wait for the fireworks. And there are your fireworks, everyone. Also, it's funny to see Toad sitting in a Peach's castle. You know, he could have gone and saved Peach already. But instead he's waiting for Luigi to come grab him. One more thing I forgot to mention about this game. Every level has a little secret Luigi hiding inside of it. If you can find all the Luigis, I congratulate you, but there's no point to doing it. Sometimes you need to get secret exits, sometimes you need to get the fireworks to get it. This level is another level where we do a thing called Elevator Skip 2.0. Because Elevator Skip is originally an NSMBU, but it's a lot more difficult than this Elevator Skip. And I'm not going to take the most optimal Elevator Skip just because that's slow. I mean, it's not slow, it's faster. But it's just a lot more riskier. You have to do a crouch jump at the last possible moment on the end of that platform. And this one, you look like you get hit by the lightning, but technically you don't, because the hitbox is right at the front of the lightning bolt thing, so you can go right through that trail, and you'll be fine. And now we're coming into the last level of the run.
Made it.
And like I said, I'm going to save here, just because, well, PB's dead, we're not PBing on Marathon, like Bro Mario did. So I'm going to save here, just because I can die in this beginning segment. I am obviously going to go for the most optimal strats in this level. No one's stopping me. That was that's an 86 doll. We're going to get a 317. This Bowser fight's pretty cool. In RTA setting, you actually want to hit the right side of the switch, but if you're doing it in a IL setting, you want to hit the left side. We're going to hit the middle. Because we're not good at this game, apparently.
Yeah, I'm a winner.
flies when you're having fun, my friend.
Keep thinking I have to save, but I don't. Now we're coming into the final boss fight. I'm gonna try and get back into Bowser's Jr.'s clown cart after each hit. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world, but it's also not the hardest.
Luigi!
So first here we do a thing called Bible Skip. It's just when you fly into the face of Bowser, it causes Bowser Jr. to drop earlier, and he's going to jump for us. That's really fast. So it gets us around him, and then back. Bowser Jr. is going to jump back into his clown car, but if we hit him now, and then jump back in, we get back into his clown car, and now we're 2 hits away from victory. Timing ends when we hit Bowser the 3rd time. Bowser Jr. can actually jump back into his car as well if you're in the air. This is really good. This is a really good Bowser fight, actually. And time. That's New Super Luigi U All Castles. I hope you guys enjoyed the run. I got as many fireworks as I could. 106.24. I mean, that's a whole minute off my PB, but I mean, I'm not complaining. I was underestimated actually. That was really good. That would have been a PB a couple weeks ago actually. Not even joking. Before I go, I just want to give a shout out to the entire NSMB community. They're a great bunch of guys. I think anyone in a speedrunning community should deserve the same, like, community that exists, like, sub-community that exists as the NSMB series. Everyone gets along with each other, and there's many guides that everyone makes for each other. And the strat hunting, the theory crafting we all do is really good fun. And I really think more people should pick up these games, especially New Super Luigi U. But yeah, that's New Super Luigi U All Castles. Next gen means the next generation of runners, mate. A lot of these runs are very enjoyable as well to do. Now do it coinless. No, thank you. The new Super Mario Bros. Community. Everyone should join it. I mean, the games aren't hard to run either. Just waiting on the stream to switch. And I'm out, boys.